Good morning, Stitch Roadies. Thanks for showing up. It is the Stitch Roadie show today. Can you tell I've had a little coffee? It's a beautiful day. It's been kind of all over the charts around here. We had hail 2 or 3 times in a hour period. We've had sunshine. We've had rain. Lots of wind. In fact, all the trees around here are blooming. They have, I mean, it's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. And when that big wind came up, it looked like it was snowing because the trees on the planted by the city on the streets around here are have white blossoms. And so the blossoms were like, oh, it was just crazy, just crazy. I've been really, really busy bee. April, I hit April like, yeah, April is turning out to be an epic month. All good, all good. It's just busy, busy, busy. And I find that I can sometimes get overwhelmed when the calendar looks too busy, but I really have been going to my space where I want to enjoy every moment, and so I don't care if it's busy. I'm going to deal with it because it's all good stuff. I wish I was the type of person that actually wrote notes so that my channel could seem more organized. But what I can tell you is even if I try to write notes, I lose the note. I have never shown up to a grocery store with my list. It's a little bit better sometimes when I make the list on my phone, because we tend to have our phones always with us. But it's just not who I am. Yeah, it's just not who I am. So there's so many things that I've wanted to share with you that I've forgotten over time. So I'm going to kind of try to remember to stick some of them in today's podcast. Last week I had a special day with Megan, the frozen crafter, and I'll link all these links that I talk about today in the description box. And I picked her up at the train station, and we went to Acorns and Threads. We shopped, and then we took a break because, you know, oh my God, shopping's so exhausting at Acorns and Threads. So Janine and the owner of Acorns and Threads and Megan and I went and had lunch, and then we went back and shopped some more. So I will show you. I really tried to just be inconspicuous and stand in one corner of the shop, but the air, I think, you know how sometimes, hey, you know how sometimes it used to be, I remember like in the 80s or something, you'd be driving down the street and all you could smell was Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's like they pumped the scent in Kentucky Fried Chicken out into the universe, and so suddenly you needed to eat that, to buy some. That's kind of what happens in Acorns and Threads. It's like you try to stand in the shop, you already have shopped the market releases, you already have more than you can possibly stitch in your lifetime, and you try to just be there for your friend who hasn't been able to come down to Acorns and Threads in a long time. But there's something in the air. Yeah. I'm thinking that there's something in the air in Acorns and Threads that it's like it's like that cartoon character that smells the scent and goes where they need to be. Because then I did shop. Yeah, I did shop, and I'll show you that today. I have turned into somewhat of a compulsive stitcher. It's like a dog with a bone, and so in the evening I have only been stitching on one project, and that is the Hive Rules Primrose Cottage Stitches. It's this particular pattern. It was a Nashville release, and this little booklet is so worth it because it not only has a free bonus chart in it, but any one of these things could be done individually as a pillow, or you could string two of them together and make a drum. I mean, this chart is the bomb. And so I have finished page 3, and I have 2 more pages to do to be completely done. So let's see if I can get this. So here's 3 pages. Isn't it just the sweetest thing? It is the sweetest. So I have 2 more pages to do, and then I will be done. Going to be, I mean, there's nothing that I don't love about this chart. So that has been my evening watching TV stitch, and I think that's why I've made progress. I've been trying to break it up though in terms of giving some love to other whips that I have. So I did drag back out Land That I Love, Teresa Kogut's Land That I Love. Now this is a huge, huge challenge. And now that I've gotten back into it, I realized what a big bite this is. It's a totally big bite. But I absolutely think it's gorgeous. And if you remember, I did the whole kind of outside border just to frame it, which, you know, I know some of you were holding your breath that it would meet up, but it did. And so, you know, I did the whole outside edge. And then I went in and did some alphabets, and then I started back on the border doing some of the motifs in the border. And what I realized is that this is going to be a lifetime stitch. It's going to take me a long time to finish, somewhat like the trees. But because I love it so much, I know I'm going to. I tend to store my floss. These are all just little things. No rhyme or reason to the way I'm talking. A little hyper today because I have some exciting things going on. But so I'm kind of jumping all over. Sorry. But I store my floss in floss-away bags. You know, they're in floss-away bags. When all of my DMC is stored in floss-away bags. My fancy floss is stored on rings in a drawer, but when I pull it to use it on a project, I put it in a floss-away bag. And that's to keep it clean. I've always lived in fairly dusty areas, and we have a lot of wind here. On the other side of the mountain, you could dust every day, you know. So floss away bags are great for me, besides the fact that I'm totally addicted to my floss rings. And so I have a floss ring with my ring and floss away bags. So that's my system of storage. And then when I'm done with the DMC, you can see I don't have any numbers on here. I just look at the number on the actual floss. But when I'm done, I pull this out of the floss away bag and I put it in the floss away bag because there might be more than one. And those floss away bags that have my DMC actually have the number written on them. I know it sounds totally confusing, but for whatever reason, it absolutely works for my little pea brain. Yeah. So that's just what I do. Today, I'm going to a quilting class at Cedar Ridge Quilt Shop. It's a class that is, you pieced a background, you got your little wool squares ready, you got some buttons, and now we're down to the embroidery embellishment part. And, you know, I'm a handwork junkie. And when I saw this, if you go over to Quilt Roadies and look at Cedar Ridge Quilt Shop video, at some point you'll see me focus on a wall hanging that I just fell in love with. Now the instructor, there's no pattern for it. She teaches it from her heart, and so I just had to take the class. So Cheryl, who is one half of Stitching with the Sisterlies, is picking me up, and we're taking the class together. So I'm very excited about that, and I'm all ready. So hence, not a lot of cross stitch progress, because I've had a lot of quilting that had to happen this week. I had a secret project that I had to get done. Thinking about my quilt retreat that's later this month, getting my project prep for class today. I registered quilts for the Citrus Outdoor Quilt Show, and I had to start working on the binding on those quilts. Yeah, so, you know, it's this constant juggling act, but how blessed I am to have things to juggle, you know. I could live a totally boring existence. Yeah. Looks like the National Guard is out flying today. They are zooming, zooming, zooming in the sky. I can hear them. Sometimes I can't see them, but they fly so fast, and so if I stand up and look out the window, sometimes I can see them zooming by. Yeah. G's out hiking today. This last week I had my grandson stay overnight. You know, being the Nana, I don't never sleep quite as good, just because, you know, I don't want to miss anything, or, you know, that kind of thing. But that was really fun. Yeah. I like being busy, but when I'm too busy, I also get kind of worn out. Do you guys do that too? Yeah, sometimes it gets to be a bit much, doesn't it? But it's okay. It'll be okay. That's what G tells me. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. I've been keeping my Teresa Kogut project in my Dot Dot Goose bag. Dot Dot Goose Designs, because it's patriotic, but I'm addicted to this bag because of this floss buddy. I love a floss buddy. So that's been staying there. I don't really have a bag for the hive rules because it's never gotten put away. I had this harebrained idea, and I haven't implemented it yet, but I'm thinking about it, that this last year, one of the things that has occurred with all the mask wearing, you know, the taking on and off the masks, is that I have lost some earrings. I don't know if the same thing has happened to you, or just over time I've lost earrings. And so I have these little studded earrings, the studded kind, that I thought, wouldn't that be cute? I'm not the kind of person that would put two different earrings on. So I have and I can't just throw away the one earring. So I thought, what if I, sometimes when I'm making a cross-stitch pillow, something along that line, if I use the one studded earring as an embellishment, and if I put glue on the backside, it won't come apart. And so I'd have this little sparkle at some place on the... It's just a thought I had, because why am I storing all these one earrings? What do you think? Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's take a sip of coffee. Maybe that'll calm me down. I am just very excited about all the fun stitches. So when I went back to Acorns and Threads, I would, you know, a lot of times, oh geez, I forgot, hold on, I promise, I'll be right back. I'm back. I left it downstairs, and so I wanted to show you this. I get mail at Acorns and Threads. Yeah, I have my own mailbox there. But I received this beautiful card from Terry, and I just love this envelope that it came in. It's such a cool envelope. But inside, it was a lovely message from Terry, and it included a Prairie Schooler chart that I needed. And I really love looking at these older charts because they look different than the newer ones, and they have this more complicated border, which I think is lovely. Also included was a bookmark from Korea, made in Korea. You have to see this. It's just absolutely adorable. Isn't that sweet? This is called a hanbok. It's the Korean dress, and it's so beautiful, and I'm going to treasure it. And yeah, what it actually makes me want to do is to break out some of my Korean cross stitch. I still am trying to get Jacob from Modern Embroidery to do a Korean alphabet like he did the Japanese alphabet. Maybe someday he'll do it for me. So that was just a lovely surprise. I did stop at the craft store to pick up some felt that I needed for a quilting project that a secret project that I'm doing. And as I was walking down the aisle, this is why you just can't. You can't go, they put the thing that you need in a craft store, it seems to me like it's always in the back far corner, so you have to walk by a bunch of stuff and try to, you know, have blinders on like horses wear. But as I was walking by, I saw this little frame, and it was 50% off, so yeah, must have it, because I love things in the round, and I know that I have some cross-stitch designs that are in the round, and this, you can take the staples out and pop this out and then use it either as the base for your cross-stitch or make a whole nother inserted piece. And it has a stand, or you can hang it. So I thought that was really sweet. And this was from Hobby Lobby. Yeah, this is from Hobby Lobby. So that's, if you're interested, they're 50% off right now. A lot of times, because I rarely have things that I need, like I need at this moment, it's like projecting kind of, well, we kit up things. And I had requested some fabric that Janine didn't have at the shop, and so she ordered it for me. And it wasn't a fabric that I needed like this moment. So what happens is, when you call up Acorns and Threads and they don't have what you need, they order it for you. And they put it in a bag with your name on it. So when you arrive, either in store to shop, you can pick up your bag of ordered items, or if you're ordering online or over the phone, they will call you when it arrives and then mail it out to you. And with that said, I had ordered this Lugana 32 count vintage country mocha. Oh, that's showing up just perfect. I love that modeled look, and I like Lugana. It's I see it better. What can I say? I see it better. And I had the idea that I bought this chart during the market release event, and I had an idea that I might use this for this particular chart. I haven't decided 100%, but this is the chart. Blackbird design, naturally. I mean, what's not to love about that? What is not to love? Humming of the bees. Now, she told me that the called for fabric on this particular one was a, let me just look here, was Velt by Picture This Plus, and that it has a green tint to it. There's absolutely no green tint in this mocha, so I'm not quite sure yet which fabric I'm going to use. I know that I love the mocha, but while I was at Acorns and Threads, I decided to pick up as much of the fancy floss as I could for this particular project. So I picked up all of the fancy floss that was available, and whatever fancy floss is not available, they have the DMC conversion, and I'm just going to mix them up. So I have all of the fancy floss for that project that they had. Got new floss away bags. Bought some more rings for my floss away bags. got a couple packs of bone needles, 28 and 26 count. Never can have too many of those because I lose needles left and right. And then I bought a couple charts. Well, first, when you walk in the door, there are a pile of just awesome, awesome project bags. And they're just adorable. And I try to go by. I try to, you know, move by them. Of course, there is no tag on here. But she tends to, the maker of this bag tends to exclusively make piles of bags for Acorns and Threads. And so I got this bag. It has a nice firm feel to it, you know, because it's coffee. So for my coffee stitches, because I really need a lot of coffee stitching. I love coffee stitching. I picked up this chart, chocolate or coffee. I looked at it during market days. I did. And I talked myself out of it, but I just really loved it and said, what the heck? And it said, one of the pillows says, take time to smell the coffee or take time to savor the chocolate. And that's an Erica Michaels design. Now this chart is you know, when you walk around a cross-stitch shop, you will occasionally stop or see something. You see thousands of things that you love. But every so often you will stop and see a chart that you literally can't pick up your feet to move on because you have to have it. And I saw this, and whether it was the design, the colors, the theme, whatever, the combination, I had to get it. I mean, there was no two ways about it. And I'm going to do this on 40 count because I want it to be a small pillow. And it's by Silver Creek Samplers, Flying Lessons. Is that just the bomb? And since when I looked at it, it said 40 count. It comes out to be 6 1/4 by 3 7/8. I had to go over and get my pom-poms for the pillow. And so I picked this green pom-poms. And you know what the name of these pom-poms is? Witchy. I know. Look at that. Witchy. So for whatever reason, I'm almost compelled to start it. It might be my new start. I don't know. I haven't decided. I'm suddenly, maybe because of this chart, I'm suddenly feeling the Halloween-y stuff. Yeah. Okay, I forgot to bring some more stuff here, so I'm going to pause it again. Thank you for your patience. I'm back. I can't make lists. I can't get organized. What can I say? My friend Megan totally gets this. Yeah, so when Megan came down, she brought me some stitchy kindness, and I just love it. And what's really a crack-up is that on the way down, she realized she hadn't finished it totally, so she was stitching on it on the way down on the train, because she came down on the train. But this is so adorable. It's a 2022. It says 2022 on it, and I'm going to make it into a little pillow, and it says, I need a fairy coffee mother. Isn't that adorable? I just love it. I just love it. So, thank you so much, Megan. This means the world. And there's like coffee beans. It looks like coffee beans. And then I forgot last Stitch Roadie video to show you the stitchy kindness that Audrey brought over for me. She actually texted me a photograph of this, and it was a pillow that she had made. And she said, "This doesn't really fit my decor. Do you want it?" And I was like, "Yes, please." Yes, 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 yes. And so she brought it over to me. And look at this. Look at this pillow. Is that not just to die for? And what I love about it is that it's squid. It's squid, and it's in the playroom slash guest room of my house, because that's basically leaning towards ocean themed, as an ode to my parents and to our childhoods, both G and I's childhoods on the beach. And I love that this is not just an octopus, but squid. It's squid. And this is by, I think Audrey told me it was by Ink Circles. And I used to, Koreans love their squid, but, you know, we're vegan now, so we don't eat squid, but I do love squid. And I love this pillow. Isn't it the best? It's so, so wonderful. So it sits in my guest room slash playroom. Yeah. Well, let's see, one more thing, huh? At least you think that I haven't been stitching on my Prairie Schooler Santa. It's been a stitch at a time, and I'm getting closer. I'm about to put his pants on. Yeah, I'm about to put his pants on. So I'm still working away, and then I'm going to start a new one. Well, I think I made it through without having to stop this video again. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification button. Let you know when I do a video. Head over to Becca's channel, SamBrie Stitches, and check out on her link. She has the Gum Road where her new patterns are, because when she releases her sampler this year, I'm actually going to do that sampler as a sal. You know how non-salable I am, but I'm going to do that one as a sal. The sneak peeks that I've gotten, I've just really loved it. And yeah, so, and be sure you check at the end. I'll have G put the winner of the design winner for one of Becca's patterns. And when you, I'll put a link for my email in the description box, woolymammoth1@gmail.com. And you just email me your email, and I will forward that to Becca, and she will send you a PDF link. Okay, I gotta get ready for class. See you later. Take care. Love you guys. Hope you're safe and having a wonderful spring.